Welcome to St John's School Leatherhead, which is playing host to the National Champions Trophy semi-final 2017. Blundells await the winner of this fixture, which will be played at Allianz Park on Wednesday, the 6th of December. Welcome everybody, we're here on a bracing day at St John's School Leatherhead, where Dulwich College are the opponents, as both of them vie to make it to that big final at Allianz Park on the 6th of December. I'm joined by Richard Jackson, who'll be calling the game this afternoon, and two very good sides we have on our hands.
Yeah, very good. Top of the tree at the moment, Joe. My money's St John's because they're at home, but it's going to be very tight. Dulwich have got a good history in all cup competitions. Been following for years. They play the game. You think, are they going to win? Come to the end of the game, they find a way to win. So,
yeah, they're previously Daily Mail / NatWest Schools champions in 2012, 13, 40, and as you said, they have a great pedigree. Yeah, so Richard, you said they've got a great pedigree. What do you think Dulwich can bring to this game today?
Backs. That's where I've been chatting to them earlier. I've been chatting to James Hanks. We saw them at St Joe's. We know that they've got it in the backs. I mean, I'm not saying their forwards aren't up there, but the backs can really bring it to it. They've got some real flyers there. It's going to be good. It's going to be open. It's got a lovely day, perfect pitch, big crowd. See, John's have put a lot on here. Nice, got a stand at the back here. It's all good. I think it's going to be a cracking game. I just think St John's are going to come to the party a bit more, being at home with this support.
Yeah, so we've been lucky enough to see plenty of schools rugby this year, chiefly at the St Joe's Festival, where we saw massive crowds and a real high quality of rugby. Dulwich were there. They lost out to Brighton, who were the eventual winners, but they impressed, beating teams like Hampton, Denston, etc. Schools rugby is flourishing.
It is. I mean, the circuit they got down in the southeast, and then when they go up to St Joe's, it's every week is a big game. You know, it's no. They're playing the Brighton colleges. They're playing the Hamptons, like you say, the Denstons. They're big games every week. There's no simple ones for them anymore down here. You know, you used to have probably 5 or 6 easier games, and they don't now. The circuit's getting harder and harder.
Okay, and let's talk about the occasion. As you said, the pupils of St John's have been given special dispensation to come out and watch the game. They're not bunking off lessons, so don't worry, viewers at home. It's an amazing atmosphere for these young men to be playing in, and also for it to be streamed live onto the internet.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant for them. I mean, the school is like up for it. They're behind it. You know, everything's about it. So let's look at the teams, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely, Richard. Let's get into it.
Let's run through St John's Leatherhead. 1, Josh Williams. 2, captain of the team, Jack Musk. 3, Luke Trimmin. Second row is Thomas Davison and James White. And the back row made up of Ethan Binns, William Freeman and number 8, Rafe Murphy. Oliver Penhold, Hugo Coughlin, and then 11 on the wing, we've got Ben Tudor. Centres, William Sanders and Jack Potter. On the other wing, Peter Sinclair, and fullback Jordan Bond. And there we see coach Craig Newby. And Dulwich, Therese Asamoah, Louis Wright, Tom Brearley. Second row, Enzo Croy, Noah Cooper. Back row of Jack Ramsey, Olo Odilami, Hayden Oakley. And then Mikael Davis out to Sunny Jardine. On one wing, Louis Ferrari. Centres of Matthew O'Flaherty and Oscar Gleave, who's captaining the team. On the other wing, Femi Sofalarin and fullback Max Bliss. And their coach, James Hanks. So as Leatherhead make themselves onto the pitch to a thunderous applause from the crowd. Let's hope we can keep that going. Joe, your prediction?
My prediction, well, as I said, I saw Dulwich at St Joe's and I was very impressed with what they had to bring to the party. They lost out to a very, very impressive Brighton College, and only by a whisker as well. It was a lapse of concentration on the short side in the latter stage of the game, which allowed Brighton to to win that game, get through to the final and defeat Millfield. St John's look well versed, they're fired up, they've got a big crowd behind them though. I'm going to go with Dulwich, okay? As a St John's fan,
and Dulwich are going to get us off. Referee Harry Warborn, and it's Sonny Jardine get us off there. Didn't go 10, knocked on, we're playing on. Picked up by St John's, looking to go wide early. Oliver Penfold instructing those forwards already, moving them around. St John's keeping it nice and tight to start off with, nice and narrow, trying to pull the Dulwich in. Now they're putting it wide, here we go, through the hands. The fullback, Jordan Bond coming in the line, but the refs, Harry Warburn, what have you given me?
Yeah, plenty of invention being shown early there by St John's.
Okay, Hookers,
Will Sanders getting his hands on the ball.
me.
The young man is in the Queen's Academy. A bit of a talent. Obviously likes to express himself. A little Sunny Bill out the back door, but marginally going forward. But
stage, okay?
I think as we've seen in the university rugby this season, that
Crouch.
the teams that play are the teams that prosper.
Fight!
Yeah, it's solid stuff. It's spot on, and not too much percentage rugby. They like to fly it around.
Far side.
Right, we go again, reset again at the scrum.
Gents, come across.
Two imposing sets of forwards here, Richard. The first scrum is always crucial. It's less of a feature
space on
in
this side,
today's
so
game.
we're on bind.
With the rule changes,
Scrummage over
but
the mark.
the big boys are going to
Not
want
beyond
to
it.
assert themselves early and show the opposition who's boss up front.
Yeah.
Crouch! Bind!
Michael Davis is put in for Dulwich. Straight out to Sonny Jardine, taking it up. Oh, nice move there.
Ruck!
Dulwich go wide again. Jack Ramsey taking it up. Sending
No,
it
no,
nicely.
lost!
Go through the hands.
Great defensive read there.
St John's St John's excellent there. Good defence, playing it on there. I think you've got to take it from the mark there, young man.
Let the boys play, sir. I would let that go, Richard.
12 holding.
You would have?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's been a yard in front of the mark was a little bit pushing it, you know.
Wow, I think it's a little bit pernickety, but...
Oh, okay, fair point. All right, keep the touch. So, first line out of the game.
Okay, Blue, that's your mark.
Saw a little glimpse there of Dulwich on the charge when they got the ball in hand. Sonny Jardine, he's a player that I'd identify as a man to watch for the St John's boys. Great runner of the ball, he's got a brilliant boot on him as well. And he takes it to the line very, very, very fast and flat.
Thomas Davison taking up there, not very
Scrum
clean.
advantage, Blue.
Didn't give his scrum half much there, so it's turnover. Oh, nicely charged down.
No advantage, forward from 9.
Knocked on in the line there. Unlucky Dulwich.
Hooker, just step back for me. Hooks. Just forward from your 9, right?
Stole that well in the line. Came through, but my knocking it on.
Picture, keep that lane.
Not to be. So, right down in front of us. Hear the grunt of the scrum.
Bind! Set!
Michael Davis in, straight out, and your man, Sonny on the ball there. Break straight through. Louis Ferrari showing his wheels. Great break there, absolute great break there. Louis Ferrari breaking through. Should we turn him on and off when we lose it?
And a wonderful bit of cover defence there from St John's. Dulwich, auspicious signs so far. Two times they've had their hands on the ball. Twice they've broken the St John's line. Prior to that, it was a wonderful defensive read from that man, Will Sanders, to thwart the men in black and blue.
Yeah, we've got a break here. Have we got a man down? We have. We just got a little water break. Got a man down at the back here, 11, who's Ben Tudor for St John's, getting a bit of treatment there. And He's being replaced. Yeah, he's coming off. So early replacement for St John's. St John's ploughing it downfield, picked up nicely there by Max Bliss. Having a nice look at this. Taken back in by Dulwich. Fermi. Sofalari, now we've heard about him, Joe. He's got some speed in him.
Yeah, we were speaking to one of the refs prior to the game who's observing today. Said that he'd covered a Dulwich game.
Dulwich and Paul's game early in the year.
And he was quite a difficult man to keep track of from a reffing point of view. You wouldn't like to be marking him from a player's perspective either.
Right, St John's back up the middle. They don't mind taking it out wide. They had numbers there, which is a bit of a shame. All right. Yeah, they've lost it. Picked up by Dulwich. So, well played there.
Great strong body position there.
Hugo Coughlin there, standing
Coughlin.
over it. Out to touch. Excellent turnover.
Does it all. Just hearing from the St John's coach there that he's a talented all-round footballer. Hugo Coughlin, he does it all. Yeah. He doesn't just turn the ball over.
Nice.
And we're
he's off
seeing
again, and he's strong, good presentation. Looks like Craig Newby knows what he's talking about. Jack Musk pushing it up through the middle. I think we've got a knock on there by Dulwich.
Good bit of penetrative play from St John's there, getting their key men on the ball. James White, big ball carrier, and Jack Muss, he's someone to keep an eye on. England under-18 sevens player, went out to the Commonwealth Games recently, and also on the books at Queen's. A lot of these players from each side are actually involved with Quinn, so I think there'll be a few familiar faces and a couple of friendly grudges and tussles out there on the park today.
Yeah, St John's go again. Oh, excellent there through the middle. I think that was Jack Potter punching through, and it's come out wide. And looking to push into that corner, and Dulwich ushered him into touch. Excellent play there by St John's, spinning it out. Missing the man, but looks like it might come at a cost. They got another player down now.
Yeah, there was a lovely bit of continuity play there. The 13 coming in on the short line, punching the hole, looking for the offload, and then support runners around to get it out wide further. Good cover defence from Dulwich, smothering him into touch, but this isn't going to be an easy throw in these windy conditions. The wind has died down. It was incredibly blustery at the start of the game, but we'll see if these arrows go straight and true for Dulwich, and they can exit efficiently.
Trying to see who that is that's down for St John's.
St John's won't want to lose another player. Having seen Ben Tudor go off, it's an attritional game so far.
Ben Tudor just limps past us here down at the commentary position, so it's not looking good for whoever just went off.
Okay.
So, Dulwich defensive line out. They've got to win their own ball here. Right, it was the replacement that was injured that gone down there. So replacement has lasted around about 4 minutes. And 10 minutes into the game, Dulwich pushing out from their own 10. All right, St John's getting the shove on here. Shall we be even to use it or lose it soon? There we go, Dulwich bring it out. Could break Louis Ferrari. Just is he keeping it in? He is. Oh, nice one-handed pass there. Excellent break. Coming through the middle there. That was Matthew O'Flaherty. Absolutely excellent move. Good, exceptional lines. Dulwich don't mind running it from deep. Kick through. It's going to be picked up by Jordan Bond. Oh, it ripped straight off him there. Oscar Gleave, the captain. And St John's been pushed down into the corner. Unlucky there. Excellent play there, Jordan Gleave, the captain, ripping it off him as he went through on the tackle.
And then cue play from Michael Davies to put a little box over the top. The winger had taken it into contact bin strips, so he knew that no one was at home. And he could get a bit of territorial advantage. Both sides looking very up for this game. Thomas Davison there in the defensive pattern, 2 hits in a row, covering for that break, which was wonderfully created by Jardine. Oscar Gleave, the man searing through the gap. But Davison was up straight away to then make the second tackle.
Was he being turned over here? No. Rather untidily. St John's got it back. Oh, signal clear. Oh, lucky there. Good pressure. Knocked him on. Ref knocked it up early. So St John's just short with the halfway line. Their scrum.
Charge down. Just come to me, that's it. Much better, much better. Crouch! Bind! Set! Reset.
Ref Harry Warborn not happy with that. We
Come
need to keep
across.
it straight, need to keep it steady. So, first 10 minutes, Joe, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, both sides looking to play oscillating between the 22s at the moment, with no team really in the ascendancy. Just very, very well contested, and a couple of skillful sides who aren't afraid to play. I was chatting to one of the Leatherhead boys before. He said they like to play expansively, but they're not scared of tailoring their game for their opposition. It looks like expansive is a way forward to beat this Dulwich in their eyes.
He went in the touch there, exceptional kick, just one-footed a touch there, pushed him over. That's exceptional yardage there from St John's getting down there. Something happened, you pushed. So an attacking line out right down on Dulwich's line on the 5-yard. And they're going to be playing it out wide and through the hands. Oh, nice crash balls there. I think that was Potter again coming in. Jack Potter. Excellent defence here by Dulwich though, pushing them back. They keep punching up next to it. Well played there. That was Matthew O'Flaherty again there. The ref straight on it, in from the side. So Dulwich trying to come out. We see it again here. Jack Musk taking it up, and exceptional play there.
Great
But you
spot.
see the players coming in from all areas.
Great spot from the ref there, actually. William Freeman coming in blatantly from the side, but great carry though. Great carry, that man Jack Musk, the man I said they must get his hands on the ball, but it was body on the line stuff from Tom Brearley, who put the hit in. double man hit. An opportunity for Dulwich to exit and get out of this danger zone. I feel like they've been locked here for quite a while.
Yeah. Steadily punching it up though. Yeah, they're not scared to keep taking it up through there. Out wide it comes. Oh, unlucky they knock on, but no, offside St John's.
Your man, Femi Sofalara in there, just dropping the ball, but finding a gap again. Every time the Dulwich boys get their hands on the ball, they're finding those gaps, and that's got to be a concern for St John's and their defence.
Yes, but it's opening up on both teams. We've both had a couple of punches through the middle there, so hopefully this free-flowing rugby will continue. And as they get tired, more will open up. A great view there, the stand put into Davidson for the game by St John's. Brings an exceptionally good atmosphere to the semi-final.
Yeah, very big crowd, but they could be a little bit more vocal, get behind their boys, and make it a real 16th man at the moment.
Yeah.
Dulwich, by repelling the early St John's pressure and keeping the crowd quiet, which is very important. This Dulwich team have won most of their games in this competition away, so they're not daunted by travelling.
And they truck a trailer up through the middle there. Ref has pulled it over from the side there. So this should be another 20-30 yards. Dulwich move up. Slowly they're breaking it down. They're not worried, Joe, about just like, taking their time, moving it up, just like steady, yard by yard.
Well, I think they would have wanted a few more meters on that kick, to be honest. That was a missed kick to touch. But as you said, they're on the St John's 10 now, which is a much better place to be rather than their 22. See a bit of vociferous supporting in my ear. And they're on the charge.
It's quite still a strong wind out there, as we saw from the Dutch judges. Oh, excellent there. Max Bliss taking it through, but good St John's defence. Here we go again. Enzo Croy trying to take it up.
Come on, Johns!
Oh, the good work there. Jack Ramsey turning up in the backs there. So they just keep punching it up, taking their time. Sonny Jardine doing his bit. That's Oscar Gleave again, captain of the team. Good turnover. Oh, St John's are happy to go with this straight away. Making good yards. Players weren't 10, couldn't tackle him. Let's keep punching it up. Crowd getting going a bit more now. Good move there, Jack Potter. St John's still going strong. Oh, good hands. Good hands. Hugo Coughlin really gets this team ticking, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And his two men outside him are proving very, very influential already. Will Sanders, we've already mentioned him. You've mentioned Jack Potter a ton of times. Jack Potter particularly is standing out at the moment. A very abrasive character in that midfield. Taking the short ball, punching the holes, but also playing his part defensively. He had a big hit which led to the Freeman turnover. They just need a few more of these passes to stick, and they're getting in behind Dulwich now.
Yeah, didn't quite have the legs to reach that pass, so scrums from the knock on, but it's promising stuff when they both get going. Hashtag even St John's Live. Come and join the conversation. Get you a mention on the screen.
Yeah, very much so. Top right of the screen, hashtag St John's Live. Tweet us in your views, your questions, your opinions on the game. Love to read them out, get you involved in the chat. I'm sure supporters of Dulwich and St John's alike are sitting watching us on the live stream, so get amongst it. We'd love to hear from you.
And we'll separate him out from St John's Live USA Church that's going live at the moment, but don't worry about that. So there we go, Dulwich, not worried about the yardage from the boot, they're happy to keep pushing it up, but they've got that strong wind they're playing into at the moment. Oh, nice there, nice hit. Matthew O'Flaherty, he makes some great breaks for Dulwich. Dulwich a man down at the moment. I think that's Louis Ferrari on the floor over there at the moment. No, it's Fermi Cephalarian is down injured, getting some treatment.
It's quite a penalty heavy first 20 minutes, I think, Richard. I think both sides would like to address their discipline, particularly at the breakdown. A few times holding on, some pretty schoolboy hands in the ruck there. Use schoolboy in most ironic of fashions there, but
little brackets around that.
These are two decent teams. We can see it straight from the off. So if they cut the ill discipline out, there's your man Femi Cephalarian, the speedster down.
Yep.
It's not been a good day for wingers so far, has it?
It certainly hasn't. No. Replacements on, injured, off. Now another winger's going off. Another replacement for Dulwich, Lucas Wilson, coming on. Not looking good for the man with the speed. So Dulwich have Dulwich scrum just inside their own half. Crowd is picking up a bit now. Maybe they're just warming up, Joe. It's breezy out here.
That it is, Richard. Got the bobble hat on with the big fur.
So Dulwich.
Come on, Johns! Come on,
From the
Johns!
scrum. Oh, well taken just behind him.
Oh, wonderful turnover.
Tackler not releasing. But that was exceptional work by Max Bliss there. Took it behind him, came up through. That was a great take. It was like a the series of American football takes that are on the old YouTube at the moment. Behind him, still balled it in. And excellent kick to touch there. Excellent kick to touch. That's what you were looking for over the other side. A good, 40-yard gain there.
Correct. Dulwich will really fancy this. Right, we're going to have a look here. I think this is a good turnover. Or maybe he didn't release the tackler.
Yeah, and the
marginal call, but the rest have been good so far. So I have faith in his view. But as you said, 40-yard gain here from the kick, and Dulwich will really fancy this. This is the first time they've been properly in the red zone. We've seen their best attacking moments when they've been in their own 22 trying to exit with a bit of flair. So let's see what they can do when the pressure's on and they can really make it count.
Good take at the front line out by Dulwich. They're going to try and grind them in and pull these there. We see the St John's players being pulled in. Yeah, now they've got the roll. Got to keep that going, got to keep it up, keep it going. Got it at the back of the scrum nicely, it's nicely protected. There's no truck and trailer there, sir. Michael Davies just about ready to release him, and here he goes. Great break through the middle there, yes! Oscar Glee, the captain, goes over. Excellent work there from Dulwich. They kept drawing him in the forwards, drawing him in, and then Mikhail was running the show, and he pushed it out. And Oscar Gleave brings home the goods.
Ruthless Dulwich there.
Here we see it again. Break through the middle, 2 tackles there. Straight through the middle of Sanders and Potter.
It's a very maturely worked try there. They stuck out the jump and kept it tight with the pack. Really, really well controlled by the scrum half, Michael Davies, G-ing his forwards on, rumbling forward. They moved gradually infield, sucked in some of the backline defence, then they went wide and they found the hole through the middle of the centres.
Sonny Jardine add to the extras. So St John's 0, Dulwich 7. So now you can hear the crowd. Let's hope they start bringing it, getting it all going. Back they go. Nice and deep.
Come on, John!
Max Bliss bringing it away. Punches it up.
John!
Good work by Sonny Jardine again. They're just bringing the players in. Dulwich very good at sucking these defenders in.
Come on, Will, get there!
Not the frightened of the forwards, a little play with the hands there. Now they go wide. Big kick down. Jordan Bond's going to clear that up. Excellent. Look at that. 3 Dulwich players up with him, keeping him back there to make sure that gain and put him into touch. Good play there.
Yeah, he did very well initially, but the Dulwich chase was hungry. He lacked a little bit of support there, smuggled him out, and they're on the charge again.
So it's a Dulwich line out on the St John's 22. So just 5 yards further up when they got where their last play with the try was. So I think we'll see the same. I think with the line out drive, start bringing the St John's players in, and then Michael Davis will spin it out wide as he orchestrates the play.
Come on, John!
Well taken by Noah Cooper. Nice straight up this time. Good work by Hayden Oakley.
Come on, John! Come on!
Davis.
Come on, John! Come on, John!
Matthew O'Flaherty's very slight of foot. Oh, interception there. Not quite. Was that a knock on? Was the ref giving? He's giving the knock on. See it here as it comes out. Of St John's, and I'd say that went backwards, but I agree with you though, Joe. Ref has been doing really well.
Well,
he hasn't got slow motion replay like we have.
It's a lot easier when you're on TV, isn't it? So. But
Come
I'm very
on,
impressed by the
Come on,
variety
John!
that Dulwich are employing in their game at the moment. You predicted they go for the catch and drive after the success of their try-scoring effort, but they had a set play off that. They're mixing up their play a lot of the time, and it's difficult for the St John's boys to read and find a pattern.
Yeah, nice little kick through there, and gathered up. Still punching it through. Nice to see Thomas Davis in the second row doing his business there. Oh, unlucky there. Straight off the ref.
Yeah, Thomas Davis has been hugely impressive in this first 25-30 minutes. Very dynamic, does the grunt work, but he's everywhere. I mean, he's the one who's chasing a chip through from the 10, which is very modern day second row stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to think of myself as a modern day second row, but I wouldn't have been chasing those in my day, Joe.
I think you'd be the only one in the congregation at that Church of Thought, Richard.
Come on, John! Come on, John!
John's opened a break from the halfway line. Through the hands. Oh, lovely move. Jordan Bond.
Oh,
Exceptionally to the line now.
come on, John!
And then Freeman punching it up. Been turned over by Dulwich again. They've got to look after the ball more. But Dunlami bringing the ball away. Got to look after the ball. St John's got the up on them because they got numbers out there. Good play again by Dulwich, stretching the play out on the pitch there. Gives their players who've just turned the ball over a chance to get back on their feet and into the game. And good pressure for St John's because there was the knock on. There's Enzo Croy doing what second rows did in my day, knocking on. Unlucky there. I've been harsh on the second rows. It wasn't him knocking on. So this is a good platform, St John's, to strike back, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. This is their time to shine. They haven't been down in this part of the field for a good 15 minutes. Errors have proven costly for them, so they're going to want one to stick. You'd bet they'd put Potter through in the middle, or if not, he's running a decoy to keep that defence honest.
Here he comes.
Here he comes.
Oh, and he got that out of the back of his hand very well. No, ref said it was a knock on.
I think I should start reading tarot cards. I said Potter through the middle and they need to cut out the errors, but again, it's a knock on when the opportunity's begging.
I think I might have read that as he very nicely put it round the back of him and got it out, but
I think the pass was shoveled to him a little bit under pressure, put behind him, and he couldn't quite hold on to it.
Yeah.
Though it was a valiant effort.
so we're running the last 5 minutes of this half. Dulwich bringing it up again. Oh, excellent play there by Sonny Jardine, breaking through. There's always support. Always support. Lami's got the legs. Is Jordan Bond going to catch him? Ah, excellent cover there. Excellent cover from Jordan Bond. But Dulwich keep coming. Go through the hands here. You've got to slow it down. You've got to give a penalty away or something, St John's, because you've got to slow it down. There we go.
Dangerous
that was
place
a
to be
good call.
giving away penalties. They don't want to go 14 men down, that's for sure.
No, so I think 3 points was the better of those two.
What a tackle by Jordan Bond.
Yeah.
We've seen both fullbacks playing some great rugby. Max Bliss has been fantastic in attack, but also his defence has been key on that St John's break down the right wing 5 minutes ago. And then Jordan Bond, for all money, Odin Lamy was through and under the sticks, but incredible stuff.
So Dulwich not taking the 3 points. They're going to keep the pressure on, and I think there's going to be a nice move of the back of the scrum here. You're going to call it, Joe, with your tarot cards?
Let's see.
Out a bit quicker than they're expecting. Oh, they got the numbers. Have they got the legs? Interception. Unlucky St John's. The crowd got going there for the first time. We really started hearing the crowd. Here we can hear them again now. Have they got the numbers out wide? Louis Ferrari. And excellent cover play there. That's Josh Williams out there on the wing catching the winger. That's not bad. Very impressive. So he doesn't have a number. It's Josh Williams or Luke Trimming without the number there.
But yes, end-to-end stuff. Again, St John's will be kicking themselves. Another drop ball, surrendering an opportunity to score, and also nearly providing a counter opportunity for Dulwich.
They just got to hold on to that ball that one little bit longer, that one more phase. Tied it up at the scrum. And
Nice
there we
exit.
go, it's nice. So Max Bliss has to go back for it. I think he's fancied himself here. He's got his winger with him. Cephalarian didn't have the legs there. The Dulwich are going to build again. They're just going to punch it up and build again. Michael Davis controlling those troops. Oh, nice play by Sonny Jardine there. But no, straight out. He seemed to have read that well there, but straight out. So St John's, last couple minutes of the half, got a chance to maybe get some points on the board and warm this crowd up for half time.
Yeah, certainly. They want to just focus on holding on to that ball. I think you said it. Maybe they're trying to force it a little bit. It's an exciting day for them. A little bit of expectation, a little bit of pressure, and I think maybe they're guilty of looking for the miracle pass or the miracle play a bit too often. But if they build some phases, stretch the Dulwich defence incrementally, then those holes will appear naturally, and then they can put Potter through them at speed.
Yeah, he's
Or
their key man.
one of their other threatening backs.
Well, they're going for a full line out here, so I think they're going to gather it in. Nope. Unlike you, Jay, I can't read the game. And here's Potter again, pretty much as you said. He's got it. Punching it up.
Come on, Johns! Come on, Johns!
Jack Musk leading the way. Thomas Davison. Presentation is getting it back. He's pulling those. They're pulling the players in. Here we go. Excellent break with Hugo Coughlin there. He's on it again. Oh, good counter rucking by Dulwich. They knew about that. So St John's got to go again. They've got to be patient. They've got to build it again. There's some good turnover work there by Dulwich, really slowing it down. Trying to push the big man through the middle. Hugo Coughlin there again. Still driving it on. Musk the captain. Oh, nice break there. And they're through. It's a try. William Sanders. Thank you very much. That's got the crowd going at last, Joe.
That is definitely giving the crowd something to cheer about. Great continuity there. Picking short. Building the phases, tiring the defence, stretching the defence, sucking them in, and then they finally went wide.
Here we
put
go.
that man Sanders in through a gap.
Oh, look at
Great
that.
feet, steps Max Bliss, and he's in.
The Colonel will be pleased. Excellent work there, St John's. And that's probably the last play of the half. And now they're extras to bring it to the 7-all. That was the last play of the half. So, can Hugo Coughlin level it up? And I would have said that Dulwich were playing with the wind in the first half, but it's now dead. There's not a flag fluttering here, so it's blown itself out. So it's going to be an even second half. Coughlin for 2 more. I don't like it. So,
Not the last play, Richard. Looks like they'll be coming back for a bit more.
yeah,
So
St
crucial,
John's-
crucial time for St John's, though. Crucial time. You're most vulnerable after you score. It's an old cliche, but it rings true. That's why it's a cliche. So they're going to want to secure it, exit it efficiently, just get out of their danger zone. Half time, oranges, water, bit of a pep talk.
yeah. So they go again. Coughlin sticks it back. And that'll be Max Bliss clearing up, and he thinks he's going to fancy this. Yeah, round 1. And he's pulled in 2 or 3 more players there. Was that a good 30-yard gain there? As we were saying, both fullbacks really playing well today. Oh, great offload there from Noah Cooper, wide being pushed back in that tackle. And a kick through by Davis, finds the touch. So though you might have a tarot card, I was following the fact that all the St John's were standing around ready for half time, you see. And there is half time. St John's 5, Dulwich 7.
Yeah, really impressive half of rugby there, Richard. Very impressed with the adventure of both sides. The dedication and the application goes without saying. It's a semi-final of a big comp. But they're really looking to play. A lot of variety to both sides' games, and players popping up and putting their hand up across the board. The backs have been very impressive, both sides, hitting the gaps. A lot of good play off 10, a lot of good lines being run there, but equally the forwards have been dynamic, and they've really added to what the backs have to bring to both sides' attacks. The defences have been a little bit leaky in the centres. They've been a bit like a colander at times. Maybe if they shoot a bit harder in defence from the off, put a bit more pressure on the 10, then he's going to have less time to make the decision and see his runners to put them through the gaps.
So let's have a look at the Dulwich first try. This was excellent work there from Coughlin. Sorry, get the right team by Jardine there. Just timing that perfectly. And Oscar Gleave, there we go, straight through the middle of the 2 centres. It was a bit like Gatwick with a plane coming in, they were waving him in.
Well,
possibly a bit harsh, but
yeah, I think you can have a bit of sympathy for the centre pairing there. That all came from a brilliant platform that the forwards created with the rumble from the line out. They just ground and ground and ground along, so the back line were constantly retreating. As I said, they then began to move in field, bring a bit of attention from the defence in at the short sides around that maul, went out to the backs, and with runners running at all the gaps, it's very, very difficult to pick up who your man is, especially from that close range. Great try, very well worked.
Deserved at that stage of the game, I think. I think they were managing it well. They got St John's back down there. I think you said at the time that was their first bit of real pressure in that corner, and they really capitalised on it. And it was like, I think you said at the time, mature play. They're just timing, keeping it in there, keep grinding them in, bring the players in, and then spin it out. And it did the job. And that was earlier. So right at the end of the half, St John's responded. You see it here, lovely offload there from Jack Musk and William Sanders, straight through the middle really. And once again, you see it here, just being waved through, broke 2 tackles into the try and just set up this second half lovely.
Yeah, I think there's obvious parallels between both of the tries actually. The platform to put Sanders in through that gap came from consistent pick and going from the forwards, keeping it a little bit tighter. Again, sucking in the defence, taking the eyeballs onto that breakdown area. And I think once you're building those phases, you've got the defence slightly backpedaling. It gives you 10 more time in your strike runners. And then when you make the decision to go wide, it's more fractious and there's opportunity to break through. It was a wonderful finish from him though as well. He still had the very impressive Max Bliss to beat, showed great feet in touchdown, and saw him wagging his finger. He's fired up for the boys and putting a bit of spirit into the crowd. I think on balance 5-7's fair, 7-7 would have been fair at half time. St John's have had a lot of opportunity. They need to cut out the errors. I think that if they hold on to the ball, be a little bit more patient, then we could see them come up trumps in this game.
Just a couple of more phases for St John's, I think. I think they're trying to give, like you said, that magic pass. Just hold it in there a little bit longer, let the phases play out and keep building. And that's something that Dulwich are very good at. Dulwich seem to have a lot of patience in their build-up, and they really know when Davies at 9 really knows when to just let them go. And maybe we need to see a little bit more from Penfold, just controlling those forwards, telling them, and there's those breaks, and just saying, oh, hang on there, and then make it, those right breaks.
Yeah, the exuberance of youth can also be the impatience of youth, Richard. And yeah, you're right. I think a little bit more marshalling of the pack and controlling things for St John's, they're going to reap the rewards. Michael Davies has controlled the Dulwich pack very well. Sonny Jardine, he's a class player. I think that St John's should kind of look to go a bit harder at him and smother his space, and he'll have less opportunity to make good decisions on the ball. Otherwise, it's a really, really well-balanced game of both teams playing with a lot of application and adventure. Looking forward to the second. I struggle to call who it is.
Well, I'm going to have to stick with St John's because I went with them at the beginning. It would be wrong to keep jumping ship. I just think they need this crowd to get behind them. I think if the crowd can get going, it's going to make a difference.
I can hear them rippling into verse now. Richard, I'm not a turncoat, so I'm going to stick with Dulwich. But as I said, if St John's hold on to their opportunities and they exercise a little more patience, then Dulwich have got problems.
Right, so here we are. Second half, St John's to get it started. 5-7 down. But the crowd get behind them, this could all change. Taken by Thomas Davison. I see Enzo Croy straight up on him. Enzo Croy taking it, Davison straight up on him. Oh. Oscar Gleave nearly through there. And good work in by Dulwich, playing the percentage there, pushing it up onto the St John's 10.
Yeah, both teams' game management has been impressively intelligent throughout the game. They've got their exits right, they've kicked appropriately. It's been mature from both sides.
So you saw a lot of Bucks rugby this year, top of university. You saw a lot of St Joe's, top of the school. This is good school rugby again. It's a good level of rugby. St John's bring it up.
Yes, it's well up there, Richard. I think the game at grassroots level is coming on leaps and bounds. You're seeing a lot of the processes that you see in the pro game mirrored at school and university level, and that's no surprise. If you look at St John's, their coach is Craig Newby, 3 caps of the All Blacks. Look at Dulwich, James Hanks, nearly 200 appearances for Exeter Chiefs, best team in England. So these guys are coming into the school level, adding that level of professionalism, and it's on the pitch for all to see.
And you're Exeter alumni yourself, Joe, is that correct?
Correct, Exeter alumni myself.
I thought that when you said best team in the country, I thought there was something there. So anyway, Dulwich trying to come out their own 22. Coughlin was the dummy runner there. He's in nicely clearing that out. Dulwich very, very quick. That was Louis Wright there, right up on that tackle. Very impressive. But Dulwich staying patient, Potter puts it up there.
Ooh,
it's holding up in the wind. That's Davis behind it. Max Bliss can do his magic again. Nearly St John's trying to turn it over there, but Dulwich bring them all in. They're out through the hands there. Oscar Cleve again, punching through. And it's a chase, it's 1-on-1. He's going to hold up. Oh. What's the ref given there? He's, I think Dulwich claiming the try.
I think some rather optimistic celebrations from the Dulwich boys there.
He's given a knock on. It'll be an interesting one to see again.
We'll see on the replay, but I think they were attempting to hoodwink the ref a little bit there with some big whoops and cheers. Quite reminiscent of the Aussies in the last couple of overs at the Gabba this morning, Rich.
Was it better weather? Was it better weather there?
It's a beautiful English day here, but certainly wouldn't mind being in Brisbane.
Yep. So St John's now camped down on their own try line.
Let's go!
Here we go, punching it up. Coughlin waits to try and Penfold clears the lines. And do they get it back? They did get it back. They got a touch to it, but it goes down. It's Dulwich's ball. Dulwich keeping the pressure on, keeping them up there. That wind's picked up again. I said just before half time it was dead, but you can see from the flag there it's picked up again. And from those couple of those kicks there, hanging up there, which makes it hard for St John's to kick out of their own half.
Yeah, nice for the box kick though. Keeps it hanging a bit longer, and if the chase is good, then it's going to be difficult for the wingers and the fullback. Bliss for Dulwich.
Really untidy there in the line out from Dulwich. Noah Cooper couldn't quite get it, scrambling around everywhere, and it's St John's scrum. You see it was Noah Cooper going up. One-handed tap back with both Musk. Sorry, both Asamoah and Louis Wright couldn't pick up those.
That's definitely not one. That's definitely not one for the highlights reel, is it, Richards? No.
Okay, St John's come again. They've got to get out of their own half. Oh, excellent break there. Peter Sinclair, first time I've called his name this game, came ploughing through there. Excellent break.
Do you know what, Richard? Actually, a bit of housekeeping. That's actually Ben Tudor. So Pete Sinclair and Ben Tudor switched jerseys before the game. So Pete Sinclair is off, and that was Ben Tudor.
Thank you, Joe. I'm glad I got you here.
It's all right.
Once again, Dulwich pushing back.
Come on, Johns!
John's haven't got a high and a half yet. Sun still baking down on the crowd. I wouldn't say baking, but just keep them warm.
Yeah, it's a
Good break
classic
there.
autumnal afternoon.
Yeah, William Freeman really making the breaks. Ah, exceptional here, and that's Jordan Bond. We've been saying it's all about the fullbacks, and it's his contemporary at fullback who picked him out, Bliss. So here we go, it's Podder. We can pick him up early with that scrum pick up. Nicely out the tackle there, at the back of his hand. It's going to come again. Coughlin getting it back. We've got numbers out here of St John's. And high tackle. Dulwich high tackle. St John's got a man down. High tackle.
Well, I imagine Hugo Coughlin will be bisecting the poles here.
I think so. I think that'd be the
1 point lead.
Look at that. That was a lovely move. Off one foot, off the other. And in fact, I got it wrong. It was it was Jordan Bond there making the break, and that was a high tackle. Sonny Jardine just going too high on him, and he has. He's Coughlin decided to go for the posts. So this to go 8-7 up. Silent around the ground here. Looking good. Straight down the middle. The flags go up, and St John's take the lead for the first time. And the crowd are getting going. So maybe this the momentum they needed, Joe.
Exactly. In the leads, they repelled a bit of pressure there. Right from the start of the first half, they'll be absolutely delighted with the way this half started.
A lot of defending on their own line, but they've managed to pull it out.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's characterised both sides is their ability and their willingness to break from defence into attack with some really ambitious play.
Very tidy there on the retake, but St John's still pushing them back. And Louis Ferrari looking over his shoulder there as it dipped out. So we're back to the halfway line. St John's will be pleased with that return.
Yeah, a bit of a lucky escape. It was a very, very messy restart for them. But they're not going to care. They're on the halfway line.
Dulwich back's really nice and deep here. I think there's a big play coming on. Well taken by Odinlami in the line there. St John's up nice and quickly. Got to keep them pinned down in there. Can't miss tackles. Jardine trying to pop through on the inside shoulder. Ferrari making steady yards. Jardine. Oh, big knock on. So St John's is their chance to try and strike back early. They've got the advantage if not.
Ref doesn't seem to be playing advantage by the looks of things. What do I know, Rich? What do I know?
I get one right every now and again.
Yeah. Good defensive pressure from St John's there. Very, very good. Force that knock on.
6.
Nice scrum centre field to attack from.
Here we go. Brings up, and he never actually had it in there. Never had it in there, and then the tackle came in. It boarded out.
Yeah, but that all came from the pressure and the line speed of Leatherhead. Flying up, he would have had one eye on the big man running at him, one eye on the ball, and that's what creates errors.
Come on, John!
Push through by Coughlin. Get the pressure and keep them down there, St John's. They've made the tackle. Good pressure. Davis hunts it back down.
Great clearance.
Fine touch. Excellent work there. Back to the halfway line.
Yeah, Davies' kicking from the base has been exceptional all game. I mean, the clearance kick there was terrific, but on other occasions he's had the wits to identify when the fullback or the winger hasn't been at home. He's boxed in cleverly behind, not afraid to put a grubber in and allow his fast men to chase. Really intelligent kicking from the young guy.
So back to the halfway line, St John's line out, and that wasn't very straight, but Dulwich via Tom Brearley have come up with it, and he's making the yards down the line. This is all Dulwich now. St John's have got to dig deep defensively here. That wind's picked up again, and Dulwich have really got the wind behind them, and they've got the momentum come running through. I think that was the ref again. He didn't quite see the switch move inside there. Hit the ref and we start again, and in the background we've got another St John's player down.
Yes, ref getting in the way there, but all I could think was Sofalaran was running an absolute line from the right wing, and if his 9 had found him, he was banged through that gap. An arm wouldn't have stopped him going at that pace.
Yeah. There's a Brearley, took it, wasn't straight. That's not bad running from a prop there. Excellent running. Just tapped out. Tapped out by Ben Tudor because they swapped jerseys. So, attacking scrum. Dulwich, can they? Is this the base? I can't tell you what they're going to do because one try in the first half came from this. And then the next one where I called it, they went out through the backs. But I think they're going to try and keep it tight in and then spring it out of their backs. And John's really got to be on their mettle here.
I think that's one of the main weapons in Dulwich's armoury is the versatility and the variety in their attack. It's difficult to pick what they're going to do.
Out through there. And Fletty taking it right up. Oscar Gleave right on his shoulder trying to push him over. Let's look at, and it looks like he's made a move for the line. Just short. And it's gone out wide and it's over. Charlie Deppel there. Right in at the corner.
Super sub from Dulwich College. Very patient build-up play there. Mikael Davies didn't get the white line fever. I thought he was going to try and snipe in there. He had to think about it, but no, he spotted the man out wide, unmarked.
And there he is.
Coasts in.
Well played. There's going to be no stopping the big man out there.
Very
12-8.
Very vocal celebrations from the Dulwich bench.
Yeah.
You know how important that try is.
And Sonny Jardine for the extras. It's there, look at that. Lovely kick. 14-8. Still one opportunity and they could be back in this. But St John's, they've got to pick it up now. Come on crowd, let's get behind them. And deep. Straight down Ferrari and puts it nicely back down there. Now Jordan's got to make Dulwich up. Look at the 4 of them up in the line there. Really good support Dulwich in there of defence. Coughlin finds the gap. But there's Bliss, as he's done all game, bringing it back with extras. More than extras here. Nice little grubber. Can Coughlin pick him out? Oh, didn't have a lot of choice there. Exceptional work from Bliss, picking it up on his own 10-metre line. Ending it on the St John's 5-metre scrum.
Hey, Max Bliss has been exceptional all game. Defence, kicking, under the high ball, but his counter-attacking, he's been virtually unplayable. Look at him, slaloming through the St John's tacklers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, and then try to get it through the middle there, and Coughlin didn't have a lot of choice.
Yeah, it's well
Kicked it
managed
straight
by
out the back.
Coughlin and Bond in the end. But yeah, Bliss, one hell of a player.
So we got a another player receiving a bit of treatment. Still 20 minutes for St John's to make a difference.
Yeah, they're 100% in this game. It's so evenly balanced. This is a very, very crucial defensive set for them, though. They've been here before, though, all game, and they've answered the questions that Dulwich have thrown at them as my crib sheet gets blown away. Thank you, sir.
The crowd come to the rescue. There's Bliss again. Lovely pop through from Jardine. This is Dulwich again. This is where the last try came from. Davies is going to orchestrate it there. There's man. Oh, nice inside. Inside there to Udom Lamy. Davies calling it. There's our try scorer again. Charlie Deppel just sitting there waiting. And there it was. There was the white line fever that you were worried that he might get on the last one. Michael Davies over there. There's a variety. You called it.
Well, he got a sniff of it last time, and he fancied taking a bite on this occasion. I think you could just see in the right of shot Deppel coming around the corner. So defence naturally, they think it's going to go to him. It creates the opportunity for Davies to snipe over. They're a little bit weak on the guard.
There's Deppel looking at it. Started that little dummy, and he balled it, and he got low and underneath him, and in he is. So
yeah,
19-8.
The guard absolutely
and now
kicking himself.
Jardine goes for the extras, and it's good again. 21-8.
Yeah, the guard there is absolutely kicking himself to allow himself to be seduced by the runner outside. He needed to be all over Davies, and he just slid through. Well-deserved try though from the scrum half. Has managed the game brilliantly today.
So now this is a very big 20 minutes for St John's. They've got to strike back, I think, early and get this crowd behind them.
Come on, Johns!
There's our man again. Bliss sending it back.
Come on, Jordan!
Jordan Bond. We could do with a 60-yard run from him, but look at that Dulwich line is right up there, and it's dead flat. There's no dog legs to be seen anywhere, and that's why they're not pushing through them. But, not releasing the tackle there.
Oh,
Quick tap. And Coughlin trying to punch through. Once again, it's turned over. Jack Ramsey, the man, coming up with the goods there. Chasing it back. And Bond's got to do the business again. And Flaherty's right up on him, and the support's all there. He's doing exceptionally well there. Ethan Binns doing well there to bring it back out. You've got to build again, St John's. Got to build again. Penfold puts it up. Let's hope it's another replacement. George Duggan coming up with it and pushing it back. Penalty to St John's. Oh, they don't agree. They told the ref it's 10 yards.
so it's a bit of a lucky escape for Leatherhead there. I've been very complimentary about both teams' maturity and game management, but that's 2 penalties now that they should be kicking to touch and building pressure. They took a quick tap before, they've gone for a crossfield there. Seems a little bit wasteful of a chance to gain territory and pressure.
Oh, he didn't like. That was a little. James Bond didn't like Mr. Ferrari tapping him into touch to make sure the ball definitely got there.
He's an Aston Martin man, Bond, isn't he?
couple of little handbags there. It's nice to see that they're all well up for this and keen, and not just patting each other on the back jokes. It means a lot. It's big stuff.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of biff, Rich.
Ref Harry Warborn's definitely got it all under control though.
Yeah, he's managed the game really, really well.
And once again, quick tap by St John's. Coughlin looking, but it's straight back down and it's playing into their hands. It's going to go dead till 22, but they're not really gaining the yards with these taps. That's, you know, they've got nobody to, you know, it needs to be a Bond or a Sinclair or a Tudor making some breaks and making some yards when they take these quick taps.
Well, the wheels have come off tactically a little bit for Leatherhead, and Dulwich are playing with a little more freedom and being sucked into this broken play style. I think Leatherhead need to keep their heads. They've got plenty of time to make it up. They're only 13 points behind. That's 2 scores.
So Jack
Just keep playing as
Rickard.
they have been. Build pressure, phases, then give it to their threatening backs.
Jack Rickard, the scrum half for St John's now.
Come on, John!
Coughlin. There's the kind of break they want, but it's only ever one tackle, and it's Dulwich are always there in numbers behind.
Come on, Johns! Come on, Johns!
Loud, boys, loud.
Punching up again. Come on, St John's. Let's get behind this with the support. Dulwich's defence is exceptional all game, and it still is. There it is. Always up. 2 men on the ball there.
Get it going, boys. Come on. Too quiet.
Jack Musk a little bit keen there. So there's the quick tap that we want. They weren't 10. So suddenly we start making yards, crowd get going.
I think that's a yellow card coming Jack Ramsey's way.
Yeah. Musk, the captain, leading the way.
Quick ball. Go on, boys. Yes, boys.
Ooh.
Alright, so it's the ref, I think he's going to now.
Yes, boys.
Yeah.
Use it now.
As you called it, with your tarot cards again there, Joe.
I think it's mainly because I've received a few at my time.
Yeah.
I know exactly the
Must have been a mistake,
the
case of mistaken identity.
the chronology of events. Huge 10 minutes to Leatherhead. It seems obvious. They've done very, very well to get down into the red zone of Dulwich. Dulwich down a man now. They need to make this count. No errors, no rash decisions, patience and execution.
Still plenty of time left. About 12 minutes. Right, here we go. Build on it. Build on it.
Let's go, boys. Let's
So,
go.
Rickard controlling it at the back there. Yeah, it's coming out. Coughlin calling the shots.
Yes, Jordan. Yes.
Jordan, lovely out the back of the hand there, but support wasn't quite there, and it was a knock on. But once again, so close.
So close, agonising. Big, strong fend from Jordan Bond, who's been really Leatherhead's best player for much of the game.
There we go, nicely inside.
And out the
out
back door, just
and
evades
Potter
Potter.
just overrun it, and then unfortunate knock on.
Could he have held on to that and allowed one more phase?
So Dulwich, are they putting an extra? They're playing without a 8, I think now.
Come on, Johns.
And they filled the scrum.
They've got an 8 in there.
Davis taking it out. 5 minutes for there. Ferrari
Good
bringing
steal.
it up. So John's really got to. They turned it over here.
It's not rolling.
They turned it over. Musk, the captain. Oh. Tudor knocks her in, and this is where Dulwich are at their most dangerous. They put it to the break. The back row, the 3 backs, very quick, and Davis is now seeing nobody's at home. Will Sanders try to score earlier, makes the break, coming back in towards the forwards. Rickard now going to orchestrate it.
Within.
replacement there, pushing it up, Musk in the support. Jack Potter doing the Rich Rickard, controlling it from there. Keep punching it up, St John's punching up through the middle. And again, right, here's Potter. Looked like he had the legs, and just as he got it out there, the man outside him, Dulwich saved by the touch. St John's really got to make it. Last 10 minutes. Here's the break. Outside him was
good cover from
Tudor.
Jardine. Oh, he had it as well.
And it was that man Bliss again that found the touch for him.
I mean, Bliss has been awesome throughout this game, but there's so many players who performed at an impressively high level. Jordan Bond, obviously, for Leatherhead. Thomas Davison, with his dynamism in the row, has really, really stood out for me, as well as William Freeman. And then Dulwich, as a team, their defence has been so hungry throughout. You can look at the errors of Leatherhead so far, but you've got to argue that they're being forced by a swarming defence from Dulwich.
It is, I tell you. Any youngsters watching this and want to see a good example of a flat line defence coming up the flat, no little dog legs, nobody's making the speed, they're all coming up together.
2 up hits.
Yeah. So, can St John's steal anything? Nope, because as normal, Noah Cooper is there putting it out. Davis once again at the back, directing it all. Louis right in front of him, listening to him. Davis punches it up. And that one was straight out, so just off his game on that one.
Rare misjudgment from the diminutive 9. Another chance for Leatherhead.
Obviously it only takes a minute to score a try, so there's plenty of time, but
Takes
I feel now...
Takes a minute to score a try, Richard, but I think they should invest 3 to 4 in building to make sure they score the try,
Yeah, but
rather than going for the offloads.
Yep, no, I'm with you on there, but I'm thinking that now's the time they've got to do it, you know? Oh, and a break there, and he came back in, and that's Jack Musk. And Dulwich are asking what's happening. Short, well-worked one there. Dulwich are talking to the ref, asking him what was going on. Ref's going to his touch judge. And before we see it again, we'll see what we're going to get from the ref. Dulwich feel there wasn't something quite right with it. No try. And that is because I don't think it went 5. Didn't go 5. That aside, it was a really good move.
So good that I couldn't tell you what happened there.
No, they're just looking. Fine, and St John's heads were down a little bit there and got back covering, but Sanders, the try scorer, bringing it back up. Right down in front of us. Now holding on to the floor, so Dulwich are turning it over, turning the screw.
I think we're going to get a glimpse of that 5-metre throw controversy in a second from our director. So we can clear up what exactly happened for the disallowed Leatherhead try.
There we go, you see it again. Does it short 12. And, well, it's very difficult to tell from here. It did look okay.
I think a very, very tight call.
And see his feet. Well, kind of looked okay.
The touch judge would have a better
Touch
view
judge
than we have.
was a lot closer to us, so
Exactly.
he knows what's what now. Dulwich coming back up again in the middle.
Great invention. Davison on it again, out in the centre channels, putting in a defensive shift.
So you pointed him out earlier. He's everywhere. He's doing everything. It's impressive work rate.
Yeah, they've got some
from
really
the second
nice,
row.
They've got some really nice balance in their entry because they've got White, who's obviously the big man. Takes about 2-3 guys to drag him down, but Davison, when he gets it, he's got brilliant feet for getting outside the first defender and punching through a gap. Rangy, gets around the field. I'm impressed with him.
There's about 5 minutes to go. St John's leaving it very late. They're going to try and get these 2 converted tries they need to pinch this game. Davis orchestrating it out to Jardine. Nice break in the middle there.
Another hit from Davison.
Just get back in the line.
It's Archie Stevens of St John's trying to punch it up. Dulwich just keep coming and coming. And it's just very patient, very patient. They know they got time on their hands. There's nothing too untoward with it there. Once again, Oldham Lami's doing the business. Nothing silly. They're not looking for that golden pass. That's our man Bliss coming in the line again. So John's trying to turn it over. Dulwich holding on. Good leave the captain taking it up, and it's Jardine trying to chip through, but St John's got it back. Got to keep it through the hands, try and get a break. Once again, 2 men on that tackle. Bond that time being held back. Defence is everything. Quick tap by Rickard.
High tackle!
I think he's a short player rather than that was a high tackle. So trying to go through the back. Interception. Is that a knock on?
Yeah,
Deliberate to
Louis
the ref.
Ferrari almost with the intercept. Just couldn't hold on to it, so John's getting another bite of the cherry.
They get outside him. Rolled in him. He likes to roll. Still trying to push it through. Kick, unfortunately, straight down Bliss's throat, and he will return it with a bit of interest. Found the touch, chased it down, trying to hit that quick one out through the crowd. He's on the cricket square, he's got it back in. Bliss is up there. He's got to be careful here. There's 5 Dulwich players, and St John's are slow getting back on that. They've really got their shirts up. Dulwich is really kind of up for this. As you said, they used to play it away.
Yes.
Won all their games so far away.
Yeah, I think as well, the thing that's characterised this Dulwich performance is they hunt as a pack. You know, you receive the ball, you look up, you're not going to just see one Dulwich jersey, you see 2-3 minimum and not an awful lot of space outside. They're incredibly fit, hungry, and just smother these attacks.
They do. It's as you say in the packs, there's 3-4 of them at all times in the tackle, in the line, bringing up, and there's just no options for St John's. And that's shown. They just haven't had the ability to break that smother defence.
Yeah, we're approaching the final minutes of this very energetic game, and even then he had 6-7 Dulwich guys up, chasing hard, creating that line and forcing the scoop kick into touch, which is giving them a platform to maybe finish with a flourish.
And that was Captain Jack Musk. He pulled that down. Even from here, 70 yards away, it was pretty blatant. And another couple of minutes going to be knocked off the clock by Jardine going for the posts.
Yeah, I think this could be the final play. It's curtains for
Dulwich
Leatherhead's valiant effort.
Dulwich all congratulating themselves. Although I said that at half time with St John's and they still played on, so. It's looking like they've got a date with Blundell's at Allianz coming up. He hasn't missed anything all day, and he hasn't missed that one. 24-8, and that is the final whistle. Dulwich 24, St John's 8. Dulwich go forward to the National Champions Trophy final against Blundell's, and a thoroughly deserved win. It's a hard work in St John's, but smothered by that Dulwich defence.
Yeah, Richard, big congratulations to James Hanks and his young chargers from Dulwich College. They put in a very mature performance, strangled St John's Leatherhead eventually. I think Leatherhead will look back and see there were a lot of opportunities to score, a lot of chances to get across the whitewash, and they'll rue some passes that went to hand and maybe some forcing of the play when a little bit more patience could have yielded them the scores to take them to Allianz. But Dulwich the victors. They meet Blundell's on the 6th of December. It's a Wednesday at Allianz, as we say. Blundell's who defeated Kingswood just yesterday. And a mouth-watering prospect, Richard.
It certainly will be, and Dulwich are no strangers to Allianz after winning 3 NatWest finals there. So I think they'll fancy their chances on the 4G down there. So here's the story of the game. Let's run you through how Dulwich mustered this victory. The first try of the game was Dulwich. They got off to a great start here. You see that breaking through the line. Ostergley, the captain, leading the way, saying, "Come on, lads." There we are, straight through between the two centres, and there we were, 7-0.
Yeah, that's what kicked everything off. What you don't see in that replay is the hard work that the forwards put in, and Mikael Davies marshalling them forward before making the decision to send it out wide and give it to the piano players to finesse it over the line.
But St John's came back just before half-time, and it was William Sanders, 3 players, very nice indeed. Crowd got going. This was it, we said. They're going to start coming out now. Crowd behind them, and no extras there. So at half-time, 7-5. So second half, Dulwich struck early with their second try, and here he goes out wide, and it was Charlie Deppel, replacement, that came on. Excellent work there once again by Davis. And you'll see Charlie Deppel, the Dulwich third try. See him there, obstruct. He's the runner everybody's looking at, and so Davis, nice little dummy, and then back inside. Thank you very much. And then St John's, we thought they had a comeback. It was looking good over there, and nice little movement at the front of the line here, little arranged play. Everybody's looking. They played it. He looked all right as he stepped up inside, put it out to Captain Musk, and like a winger, storming down the line inside a player with a little sidestep, and at the time we thought in under the post. Not to be the case. And that was the story of the game, Joe.
Yeah, that disallowed try nearly reignited the crowd and had the audience sniffing a comeback, but as you said, it wasn't to be. The ball adjudged to not have gone 5, and from then Dulwich closed out the game very professionally with crescendoing with a penalty in the last play of the game to take the victory 24-8. I think, Richard, we've been treated to a game of maturity, skill and application from a lot of very, very good young players. Kudos to Dulwich, who are going to be going to the final, but St John's Leatherhead can certainly hold their heads very, very high for playing some enterprising rugby and being dedicated throughout. Standout players throughout the game for me were from the St John side first. Jordan Bond at fullback, he was everywhere, unrelenting. Jack Potter and Will Sanders had massive first halves themselves, and then in the forwards, Will Freeman, Jack Musk, but my man Thomas Davison, he was everywhere throughout the game. And to the victors, we've mentioned him a fair few times, Mikael Davies, he was fantastic. The backs played very well together, marshalled, conducted by Sonny Jardine, but for me, Max Bliss was the man of the match. Everything that guy did, touch was gold. And he'll be a huge threat in that final at Allianz Park.
So Joe, that's us from St John's Leatherhead, and thank you for all of you that tuned in. And your final, will we see you at the final, Joe?
Yeah, hoping so. I think today an enthralling contest from two dedicated schools who really came out to play rugby. Dulwich come out the victors, 24-8. They'll be competing for that silverware, for that magnificent trophy at Allianz Park on the 6th of December against Blundell's School. So do tune in next time. But from us, Richard and Joe, it's good evening.
Thank you.